Hey everyone, Josh here, and today we're going to do another unboxing video. Today we are unboxing Jedi Master Kit Fisto from Revenge of the Sith. So let's take him to the toy studio and tear this thing open. Alright everyone, here we are, and we are ready to open the Kit Fisto from Revenge of the Sith. And before we get into all that, I'll just spin the packaging around real quick so you can see it before we destroy it. Alright, let's get into this guy. And I'll be honest with you, some of these Revenge of the Sith figures I have had some difficulty getting into. So this should be interesting. But it does have one little weak spot right here at the corner. So I will exploit it. Oh wow, I already like what I'm seeing. Very cool. I like the way he looks from behind with his... I'm not sure dreads would be the appropriate term, but if you look at the back of him, I just think the way they have that all painted up and everything, that looks really cool. And as you can see, it comes with a little stand, which, in my personal opinion, I think every figure should come with one of these little stands. All right. And just get a quick look at it. This is so you can display your figure. And of course it has a little peg on it, so and that's where you would put his feet. Let's see how well it works. Alright. Cool. Makes it a lot easier to show them to you guys. But one thing I've been impressed with these Revenge of the Sith figures so far as I'm opening them is they have a lot of points of articulation, a lot more than I've seen in any other line. Although some of the quality has been a little disappointing. I have had some of these figures actually fall apart on me on camera. So, but this one looks a lot better than some of the others. But real quick here, I find it's best if I just let the figure do it. We can look at the lightsaber, and of course it is removable, and if you look really close here, you'll see there's a little tiny tab on the end of it, and what that's for is you can actually hook it to his belt. If you look really close under where his dreadlocks are, I'm not sure if that's the proper term for what's on his head, his dreadlocks, but that's what we're going to call them today. But if you look really close here, you'll see there's this little black spot right there that has a hole in it, and that's where you can attach his lightsaber. So we'll go ahead and get this out of his hand. And one thing that's also neat about these later figures, the actual lightsaber blade is removable. So you can take it out, and there's a little tiny tab on it, and of course a hole there. And so if you wanted to have it on his belt, I know it's really hard to see because it's really small, but there's a little tab on his belt, and you just... It's being stubborn. Oh, come on there. Well, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look like that hole is going to work. But that's the idea here. You're supposed to be able to insert the lightsaber into his belt. And it looks like it's not going to work. It's right here where you're supposed to be able to do it, but it looks like where in the manufacturing process he didn't get the hole punched all the way through, so it's not working. But that was the idea when this guy was designed. But let's check out his movements real quick before we get on into that. But if you look at his head, there's very little movement in it, and that's mostly because he has these giant tentacle dread things, which is restricting his movement. So then if you look at his arms, he actually has ball joints for shoulders, and that's really cool when they do that. That's the best joint you want on a figure, is have it be a ball joint, because you can go in multiple directions. You can go up and down, back and forth. And so both his shoulders are like that, and that's cool. And then he has elbow movement as well in two directions. So you have the up and down at the elbow and the around. And then he has wrist movement as well. And wrist movement on both arms. And waist movement. And his hips move, but you're limited in the movement due to his Jedi robes. They hang down a little bit, and that's what you're going to come across with some of the characters that have robes and outfits that hang down past their waist, is sometimes that actually will restrict the movement. Okay, so then he has knee movement, and it's another type of ball joint, which is really cool. So, and knee movement on both knees, so that's cool. I like it. All right. And let's get his lightsaber back together here and fit it into his hand. And it looks like he can hold it in both hands, whichever one you want. And I'm really disappointed that this whole belt thing isn't working. It just looks like there's supposed to be a little hole in his belt right there, and he should be able to hold the lightsaber with it, but unfortunately it looks like that's not going to work with this guy. I apologize for that, everyone. Okay, and that is Kit Fisto and all his movements. And before we wrap this up, I'll go ahead and spin him around one more time for you guys so you can get a good look at him. But this is actually a pretty cool figure. I like it. It's definitely getting a thumbs up from me. I would recommend you buy it. And believe it or not, yes, I have come across some I would recommend you don't buy. Alright, guys. There he is, from Revenge of the Sith. This is Kit Fisto, Jedi Master. And thanks for watching, everyone.